Welcome to a brand new video, guys. We are here at Jodd Fairs. It is another night market here in Bangkok, and it is one of the newest night markets here. It tends to be popular with like the younger crowd, but there's a lot of food options here, so let's go check it out. And as you can see, it is pretty big. And like I was saying earlier, it is a newer night market and is pretty popular with a younger crowd. And I believe it was made in like 2021. So sometime during COVID, which is very bold of them. And there's a lot of options of like clothes. And then I see beef ribs with a lot of hot chili on it. And look at these lobsters. This looks very interesting. Bunch of lobsters, some crab, and this is the I think the pork spine that they poured the chili over. So we're gonna have to come back here in a bit. And as you can see, it's quite a bit cleaner than some other night markets, and also it's closed off, so there's not any cars or anything around. Got some waffles, skewers of salmon. And they even have alcohol here. So definitely fancier, and the prices are probably going to reflect that. But if you have kids or you want to stay away from like kind of like the hustle and bustle of classic Bangkok, then you should definitely come check this out. Japanese crepes. There's a lot to eat here. Yeah, this is kind of like the hipster part of Thai street food, I guess. And as you can see, it's much more of a younger crowd around here. So if that's what you're looking for, this is definitely the place for you. And it was only around 2 miles away from the Airbnb, so pretty close to Victory Monument and all the other stuff. Alright guys, so this car shop already got some of my money. I had to get a really cool BMW shirt from there. But let's keep moving. And I love that there's like a mixture of food and clothes here. Not just food or not just clothes. And there's a decent amount of both as well. Like chicken. And this pork belly looks awesome. They've got some very suspicious drinks. I think this place is starting to become one of my favorite spots here in Bangkok already. Just the vibe, and then, you know, the younger people, of course, and the cleanliness is something I really appreciate. Also, this is definitely a higher density of stalls compared to other places that I've been to. So there's less walking. Really cool art shops and authentic leather wallets here. There's also bathrooms and places to wash your hands, which is really nice. And this place looks good, looks like boba. Definitely might have to come back here. And this place has a really long line. And I think I came through a side entrance because that's the main entrance back there. It seems like it's just getting busier and busier by the minute. It is a Saturday night, so I guess that's to be expected. Some wicked looking meat. Look at the size of these lobsters. Crispy butter. We'll come back to that, I think. Anything with butter in it. This place here has got live lobsters. more of these crepe spots too here. This Thai food right here looks good too. We're definitely gonna need to try these pork ribs right here. Look at how cool that looks. There's no way I can finish that on my own. There seems to be a really long line right here. I'm not sure what it's for. Is it for the pork ribs, maybe? Yeah, this line is going all the way up to here. And I'm guessing this is the place that originated selling the pork ribs, because that's where the line is the longest. But it's not the only place that sells it. So I wonder what the difference is. I wonder if you can tell the difference. And the lemonade sounds good right now. And I don't think we've been down here yet. The food stalls just keep going here. This is never ending. And this stuff like here looks very interesting. Looks like they got the crab with all the guts still in it. Then a bunch of raw stuff. And I tried some of this in my my second video here when I went through the Victor Monument food stall. So check that out if you missed it. A bunch of skewers and fried food. And maybe today's the day we finally try some of this. A bunch of fried insects here. To get or not to get these brawly creepers, I don't know. Those look very intimidating. Alright guys, so we just got like a mixed salad of bugs. Let's see how this is. Something tells me I'm not going to finish the entire bag, but we'll see. And it's only $100, so what a steal. Thank you. Maybe I should have eaten first before I got this, so I still have an appetite. Ooh, that smells very fishy over here. It's like Korean food. And what is this? Jellyfish? That's cool. Maybe we'll try a little bit of jellyfish. Is this the same thing?
Oh, fish.
Jellyfish? Let me try one.
This guy one.
One.
One. Small one.
Small one, yeah. Okay, so, well, I got a small one of jellyfish, and I don't think I've had jellyfish before, but I know it's a delicacy in some cultures, and maybe it is here in Thailand too. Surely it can't taste that weird. I mean, just looks like jello. Guess we're going for a weird menu tonight. Jellyfish and bugs. There's still a whole bunch of rows to get through though. Let's just get through the food ones. I'm sure you guys get the idea with the clothes. It's like a bunch of mochi. It looks like this place over here does pancake art. Got some fluffy pancakes over here, and it was really crowded down that way. So we'll make our way back that way later on. Super crowded. Oh, these look like tiny eggs, quail eggs. Alright, let's go ahead and try this stuff and come back. It's way too crowded down there. Alright guys, it is so crowded towards the middle over there. And I just had to stop here and get a drink so I had a place to sit. But let's go ahead and try some of these creepy crawlies. Looks like we got a cricket first up. Doesn't look appetizing, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually not bad. It's like super fried, so there's not much of like a flavor. It's salty, and it tastes kind of like really fried up fish, like the fish bones. Not bad actually, crickets. All right, let's try this one next. And this one looks a little more intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. It's not bad again. It's very like earthy. It tastes more like a grain than it does something that's alive. Do I prefer it? No. But would I eat it if I had to? Yeah, I would. All right guys, now for the hardest one. This thing is juicy. I probably won't be able to hold it in, I'm not gonna lie. But stabbing through it, it doesn't look too juicy. Let's go ahead and try it. Okay, yeah, that one has the funkiest taste of them all. There's a lot of like soy sauce and seasoning on top of it that's masking its taste a lot, but you can definitely still taste the bugginess of it through that. That one was my least favorite so far. I think the cricket was the best because it was most like something I'm used to eating. If I try to keep eating more of that, I'm gonna lose my appetite. So let's move on to this jellyfish and see what that's about. And this looks a little more interesting and edible, not gonna lie. It's got a very bouncy texture on it. I can smell the chili sauce that they put on here. It's super bouncy. I can barely put my toothpick through it. Yeah, it's almost translucent. Look at that. And there's a lot of chili in this. There's like the slightest of salty kind of fishy taste, something like you get out of like a squid, and the texture is actually also very similar to a squid. But if I had to compare the texture to anything, it would be to like a tendon from a chicken. It's kind of crunchy and bouncy and gummy like a tendon would be. It doesn't taste like much. You're mostly getting just like the chili sauce they put on top. It's more fun to eat than it is tasty. Would I eat jellyfish again? Yeah, probably. With the right seasonings and the right sauces, it could be a really cool kind of dish to serve up and eat. Would I eat bugs again? Probably not. I think it's one of those things you have to kind of grow up eating and get used to at a really young age. Just because to me it's really off-putting, because that's just how, you know, that's the culture I was raised in. So it really just depends on that. But I can see why people would like it. I mean, it's got very similar textures to like seafood. Anyways, let's move on because I don't want anywhere to run out of food for me. Let's go see if that really busy street now has cleared up a little bit so we can walk through it. All right, so this is the little lane we were in earlier. That was super busy. And look at all this cool stuff. That's still very crowded. Wow, look at the size of these oysters right here. Look at these tiny little squids they've got in here. I thought those were shrimp at first, but they're actually squid. And there's the pancake art place once again. Okay, we got one more aisle to go here. Thankfully this one's less crowded and it looks mostly like drinks and stuff like that. Wow, look at these desserts here. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera down, order some food, and then we'll try it all out. It's kind of hard to walk around the camera here, especially with so many people around. But I think maybe I'll go ahead and get into line for the chili pork mountain thing over there. Okay guys, so the line over there was so long. I think I'm just gonna settle for this one here, which is pretty crowded too, but definitely not as much as the other place. All right, guys, here it is. And obviously I didn't get the massive size because there's no way I can finish it. And even this medium size is a ton of food. But it looks like there's a bunch of basil in there and then tons of chili too. All right, guys, let's dig in and let's try a little bit of this sauce first. Got a few little chili seeds in there too. Oh yeah, I feel that in my throat already. It's actually, there's a bit of lime in there too and some vinegar, but despite the spiciness, it's pretty good. Okay, let's get a bite of this pork. And the first thing I tasted was the heat, that kind of bitterness you get from all those seeds when you bite into it. That's the first thing I tasted. You definitely got to dip this in here to get some of that lime and vinegar on it. The meat itself is like nothing special. It's cooked well, but the chili sauce is what makes it. It's nice and sour, and of course extremely spicy. And look at that, dripping with its juice. And it's kind of just boiled meat, but you really have to dip it into that sauce to understand how good it is. And look at how juicy this meat is too. Perfectly slow cooked, I think. Tons of fat in there. And when you mix the meat with the sauce, it's actually not too spicy. It's a very bearable heat. It just looks really bad. And when I tasted it on the spoon like a soup, it was really spicy. It's like perfect bar food if you're like out drinking and you just want something to eat. I mean, this is probably the best thing you can find. And I can't imagine it's that much better at the other place with the lime, because it's pretty simple. Maybe their sauce is better. I'm not sure. If you know though, let me know in the comments if I should have gone there and waited in line. I don't know if you can tell, but I am so sweaty right now. Oh man, what a meal. But it is raining right now. And it looks like most of these stalls have covered up. But I still want some dessert. And then there's also a lot less people, so maybe I'll get a closer look at some of the other stuff that we missed when it was super crowded. Glad I didn't stay in the line for the other pork spine place. I would have been drenched and with no food. Thai tea number 4 in the books. Well guys, it stopped raining and the crowds are back, but let's try some crispy butter like I promised. Alright guys, got my crispy butter. I'm just looking for anything else we can get here. And it's hard not to just buy everything I see, but I'm also very full. So look at how they make this. Or a bunch of chili on there, and there looks to be more on the one over here, but you get the idea. Find a nice place to try this this butter stuff. So I grabbed a bit of this crispy butter, and it tastes like the edges of a crepe. It's so good. In my opinion, that's the best part of a crepe, and that's all this is. So make sure you get that crispy butter. Well guys, it is time to call it a night. I am all out of cash, and all these places only take cash, unfortunately. But what an evening it was. The food here was incredible. The atmosphere is so cool, and I'm definitely gonna come back here. If you're in Bangkok, you need to come to Jodd Fairs, because it's probably one of my favorite places here so far. And I'm sure if you come on the weekdays, it's not as busy as this either. There's a million other foods I wanted to try here, but I ran out of money, and also I am very full now. But make sure you come here and try it all out. It's an awesome place to be around. If you want to like get a hotel around here too, definitely recommend it. And on that note guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you know when I post next. And until then, have a great day.